The latest World Inequality Report marks India an unequal country with the top 10% of the population holding 57% of India's total national income.
What if I tell you that while India is one of the fastest growing economies in the world, it is also one of the most economically unequal countries. It also states that half of India is so poor that it owns almost nothing.
Hi everyone, did you know that income inequality between the rich and the poor has been increasing day by day? Let me show you. According to the World Inequality Report, data show that the share of national income going to the richest 10% has increased in nearly every country. The 10 countries where the richest 10% increased their share of national economic pie the most between 1980 to 2020 are India, Russia, South Africa, Poland, China, Korea, the United States, Australia, Germany and Japan. Can you imagine this substantial rise in inequality is even when our governments are working on it? Why is it that the rich seem to grow richer over time while the poor remain poor or become more poorer? Why do the rich build wealth continuously over time while the poor never experiences an increase in net worth? The answer is the rich learn about money. They are well acquainted with personal finance and financial discipline. Poor people remain so because they don't have the desire to learn about money and how they can use it to improve their lives. Example, when and if they do receive a sizable amount of money such as bonus or tax refund, it is immediately spent on a new TV or a vacation. However, this is not the way the rich would do it. Never. If you are from a middle class family and aspire to be rich, this video is very important for you. Not just important but substantial to cross the rich-poor barrier. How to do it? We need to understand the personal finance and it is very important that we need to develop a financial discipline. Let me explain this in a simple bullet point format. What is personal finance? Personal finance is a broad term that encompasses not only saving and investing but also money management. This may include budgeting, banking, insurance, mortgages, investment, retirement planning, taxes and estate planning. Personal finance often refers to entire industries that provide financial services to individuals and households and advise on financial and investment opportunities. Personal finance is about meeting personal financial goals such as meeting short-term financial needs, planning for retirement, or say, saving your child's college education. It all depends on the income, the expenses you make, the savings, the investment you do, and the personal protection you take like insurance and wealth planning. To get the most out of your income and savings, it's important to learn finance so you can distinguish between good and bad advice and make smart decisions. Very few schools offer courses on money management, so it's basically very important and difficult to learn the basics. Being disciplined in finance is very important, but so is knowing when to break the rules. For example, a young man who is being told to invest 10 to 20% of his income for retirement every month, don't you think after some time he will get bored and he needs a break or a vacation? Or say if you are in a debt, you have to think like this: I am not paying off my house debt, I am making it my own. I will be dealing with everything on finance, including trading, cryptos on my channel. If you are interested in watching and listening to such topics, a subscription to the channel would be wonderful. Wise personal finance techniques learning is very necessary. I will be mentioning my own best practices and tips for personal finance. This includes developing the 7 strategies. The first step is budgeting. The sooner you start financial planning, the better it is. But it's never too late to create financial goals to give yourself and your family financial security and freedom. So number 1, devise a budget. A budget is essential to living within your means and savings enough to meet your long-term goals. Here, I will suggest 50-30-20 rule, which offers a great framework. The breakdown is like 50% of your take-home pay or net income after taxes goes toward living essentials such as rent, utilities, groceries and transport. 30% is allocated to discretionary expenses such as dining out and shopping for clothes. Giving to charity can go here as well. 20% goes toward the future, paying your own debt and saving for retirement and emergencies. After this planning is done, the next most important step is to create an emergency fund. It is important to secure yourself first. It is to ensure money is set aside for unexpected expenses such as medical bills, a big car repair, day-to-day expenses, if you get laid off, and more. 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses is the ideal safety net. I will suggest putting away 20% of each paycheck every month. Once you have filled up your emergency fund, do not stop. Continue this. Continue funneling the monthly 20% toward other financial goals such as retirement fund or a down payment on a home. Now your future emergencies are secure. The third step is to limit debt. How to do it? You will have to limit your spending and start saving. Stop buying unnecessary things. Try to ask yourself, is it really an essential item that I have to have it? Furthermore, to keep debt from getting out of hand, don't spend more than what you earn. Of course, most people need to borrow from time to time and there is no harm. Sometimes it is advantageous to borrow money, for example, when it leads to an acquisition of asset. The fourth step will be own credit cards. Yes, own credit cards and use it wisely. Yes, I agree that credit cards can be a big debt trap, but it would be unrealistic not to have it in today's world. Moreover, it has many uses beyond just buying things. Not only is it essential for establishing your credit score, it's also a great way to track your spending and can be a great budgeting tool. You just need to manage your credit card properly. This means that all the balances must be paid on time each month. Most importantly, keep your credit usage to minimum. That is, keep your account balance below 30% of your total available credit. With a special reward incentives such as cashbacks being offered these days, it makes sense to charge for as many purchases as possible if you can pay the bill in full. Most importantly, never run out of the credit card and always pay your bills on time. Monitor your credit score. Credit cards are basically the vehicle for building and maintaining creditworthiness. So monitoring loan spending goes hand in hand with monitoring creditworthiness. If you are considering a lease, mortgage or other type of financing, you need a solid credit. Number 5. Think about your family. In order to protect your assets and ensure that your wishes are fulfilled when you pass away, be sure to make a will. If necessary, depending on your needs, possibly set up one or more trusts. We also need to address insurance. For example, auto insurance, housing, life, disability, long-term care and all. Also review your policies regularly to ensure it meets your family needs at life's most important milestones. Number 6. Pay off the loan. Start paying off your debt. Start primarily with the smallest one and pay for it. Then go for the next one. There are countless loan repayment plans and payment reduction strategies. Like say, if you are stuck with high interest rate, it may make sense to pay off the principal sooner. On the other hand, you can start by minimizing your repayments, for example, interest only. Now you can invest your income elsewhere or put it toward retirement saving while you are still young. The seventh and the last one is plan and save for retirement. Retirement may seem you like a lifetime away, but it arrives much sooner than what you would expect. Experts estimate that most people will need 80% of the current salary when they retire. The sooner you start, the sooner you can reap the benefit of the magic of compound interest. Saving for retirement now will not only increase in the long run, but it will also increase your personal retirement account. Investing is just a part of retirement planning. And one bonus tip, make the most of your tax credit. Hire a competent, knowledgeable chartered accountant. Do not forget to delegate it when needed. I can understand you may be competent enough to collect your own taxes or manage a portfolio of individual stocks, but overly complicated tax laws may feel you confused. Open an account with a brokerage firm and start investing. Maximizing tax savings. Believe me, taking advice from a certified public accountant or a financial planner is a great way to start planning. And finally, take a break. Budgeting and planning can seem riddled with deprivation. Treat yourself once in a while, whether you are on vacation, shopping, or just having an occasional night out on the town. You should enjoy the fruits of labor. It gives you a taste of financial independence that you are working so hard to achieve it. Remember, income, saving, spending, investing, and protections are 5 pillars of personal finance. Your ability to properly manage your personal finance should be based on the ability to handle each of these. If you are interested in improving your financial future, make sure to subscribe to my channel and please hit the like button if the video is helpful. So before signing off, to all beautiful people out there, let's take a pledge that we will be learning and following a financial discipline. Remember, together we can make this a better place to live in. Peace.